EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Little Caesars Arena. Tonight, the Detroit Pistons playing host to the LA Clippers. The opening tip to the Pistons, and we're underway at Little Caesars Arena. Layup goes down. Well done.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
LA Clippers with the basketball. George, that's good D. Shot no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Beverly. Nothing going here on that drive. Beverly to George. Paul George missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Griffin. Trying to cash in, and he buries it. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
Beverly knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Jackson. It's LA Clippers ball. To Beverly. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Patrick Beverly plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up a three.
Jackson to Drummond. Jackson to Luke Kennard. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Leonard shakes free and hits.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Kennard to Jackson. And scores.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Leonard to Paul George. Paul George, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Griffin. It's a big finish.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
No good. Defense catching a break there.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Kennard to Drummond with a drop step. Kicks it outside. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 23, Louis Williams. Stepping in for Detroit, number 25, Derrick Rose.
To Leonard. From long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Rose. Goes to the left side. To Rose. Kennard. Shot clock violation.
Violation for the Pistons. remaining in the first quarter.
Leonard to George. The rebound's taken by Detroit. To Luke Kennard. Great feed, sets it up, and scores, plus the foul. Andre Drummond is going to the line where he's gotten better as a shooter and a chance at three.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
And he can't convert the free throw. Paul George to Leonard. He was all over him. Missed the shot, no free throws.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
The assist from number 5, Luke Kennard.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Pistons have the lead. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Pistons have it. Here's a chance from long range. It's good. Something tells me they'll give him that shot again.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Rose into the front court. Up 5. Has a look. Derrick Rose. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
George to the basket, but it won't go. Deep left corner. Beverly. Has a chance. Gets an open look and hits. Defense played the percentages. The offense cashes in.
That boy's living his best life.
Rose into the front court. Leads 5. And the basket good at the rim.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
To Paul George. Paul George, 3 for 6 now. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Jackson to Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. 3 for 3 in this first half.
I think the defender had absolutely zero chance on that play.
George misfires. It's no good. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Sizing up the defense to Griffin. Probing the defense. And the 2 for Blake Griffin.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did. but the defender didn't.
George. Pistons come away with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Kawhi Leonard. Deep two there, won't go. To Rose. Beyond the arc for three. Don't dare this guy. Derrick Rose, wide open, knocks it down.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Paul George to Leonard. Fires the three. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Jackson to Griffin. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Leonard. Pistons clear the board. Jackson with it. Up a dozen. Kawhi Leonard with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
For three, and Paul George. Not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Kennard to Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. Now the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession, though.
Slams it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Jackson with it. His guys can hold for the final shot. And count the basket inside.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Not done yet. That's it for the first half, with the Pistons way out in front. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Touch at the rim. Count it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Kennard to Drummond. Shot from the lane won't go.
When I saw this team come out and warm up, everybody looked focused. They looked into the game before the game even started. I saw a completely different team at halftime. Guys were coasting around. Guys were talking to girls in the stands. Guys were playing around with the ball boys. They weren't focused, and it's showing up right now in the second half.
Drummond to Luke Kennard. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Luke Kennard.
It's on me.
Clippers have the basketball. Leonard to George. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Leonard. Smothering D.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Reggie Jackson. Lets it fly from long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Rises for the slam.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open three-point shooters.
Paul George able to recover with the block. And they pounce. Stuffs it down with authority.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Pistons retain possession. Changes coming from both sides right now. Kennard. Oh, we have a 5-second violation.
5-second violation, Detroit. 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Blake Griffin sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Backcourt. Here's Leonard for 2. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Jackson with it. Up by 3. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Griffin. Driving right to the basket. Griffin driving, but his shot won't go down. To Paul George. Fires the 3. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Leonard. Tough shot. Well defended. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles. Things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
That ends the third quarter. The Pistons with the lead. Pistons basketball here to start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Rose. Can't connect. From the painted area, won't go down. Rose into the front court. His team up by 7. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard against the former MVP. Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard to George. 4-3. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Leonard to Williams. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Clippers have got it. George. Textbook defense. Patrick Beverly pins it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. From long range, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Williams. Lou Williams. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
No good. To Beverly. Harkless to Williams. Gets a look. Can't hit.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
To Drummond. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Lou Williams. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw that.
Flushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Here's a chance from long range. Can't blame the defense. Mo Harkless, tough 3.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Timeout called here by the Clippers. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Leonard. Oh, that's how it's done.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Nothing going here on that drive. Curling inside. Oh, big finish at the rim.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
To Leonard. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Luke Kennard slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for 3.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Jackson to Luke Kennard. To Drummond. Big finish at the rim.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Now the Clippers call a timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a 3. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Leonard. Well defended. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Oh, how about that? A 3 at the buzzer. That's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over.